Hey guys, it's me, Seren, back with another car video. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and ignore my jacket, and it's just it's warm, but it's raining, and it's just a lot. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I wanted to do a video somewhat on mental health. But sort of coming from a little bit of a different perspective. I wanted to frame this video around this whole Ayesha Curry situation. So let me start off by saying, I really don't give a fuck about Ayesha Curry. I think she talks too damn much. She has the habit of her mouth writing checks that her ass can't cash, as my mother would put it. She just always has something to say. I remember, and she's just always getting into hot water because of things that she said. So she said something about her marriage. She said a lot of things. She went on Red Table Talks, which is Jada and Willow and Jada's mom, I believe, their web show. And she talked about her marriage, and she said some things about, she's a 30-year-old mother of 3 and married to, arguably one of the best, if not the best, depending on how you feel about it, players in the league, and how, she's insecure, basically, how she's insecure in so many words, that she feels like she doesn't get as much attention as she used to, again, her husband is rich and famous and got bitches throwing themselves at him, bitches that are younger than her, that are childless, that still got they banging ass bodies, that still got, pussies that haven't pushed out 3 kids, and she's insecure, she's insecure, she's vulnerable. She sees that her husband is still getting a certain amount of attention. She doesn't get attention anymore like that from men like she used to, and she wonders, if she still got it, and that's a real, issue with her feeling insecure. And they ended up having this conversation about marriage and insecurities and all these things, and the internet sort of lost it over these statements. I found people's reactions to be really wildly out of control. People got really personally offended about what she said. A lot of people took it as, I don't know, people took it as people acted like she said she was gonna take her ring off and hit the club and start fucking other niggas, and that she wants to be with other men, that she wants the attention of other men beside her husband. A lot of people were saying well, it shouldn't matter if you have the attention of other men or not, as long as your husband is giving you attention, that's all that matters, which I do think is a fair point. But I'm not gonna get too into how people feel. People are allowed to feel however they want, to disagree with what she said or to agree. But I thought what she said about being insecure was really, really, really interesting. And, saying as someone that is married and has children and is also in the position that she's in with the person she's married to, feeling insecure, and also sort of tying that to, wondering, do I still got it? Not just, do I still got it? Or have I lost it? Have I lost my shit? And even how does that impact her marriage and her feeling sexy and all types of stuff. So Red Table Talk is supposed to be a place where women, and Black women in particular, can come and sort of have these kind of raw, honest dialogues, and be vulnerable and talk about insecurities and talk about mental health and talk about feelings. And Ayesha Curry did that, and people just really lost their shit and started very viciously attacking her, really. So I felt how I'm gonna get in. So then Ayesha Curry, I'm trying to include everything. So Ayesha Curry put on Instagram that she mentioned mental health, and she said, as somebody that has a platform, that has prominence, and thank you to Jada for also creating and providing the platform with Red Table Talks for women to talk and be vulnerable and talk about our mental health and talk about our insecurities, to talk about our issues. I'm not ashamed of what I said. My husband knows me, he knows what I meant. There was also people that's why is she talking about this on Red Table Talk? Why is she not talking about it with her husband? I was we don't know them. We don't know Steph Curry, we don't know Ayesha Curry. For all we know, they made talk about this shit every day, which is why she even felt comfortable talking about it on Red Table Talk. He might have like gave her permission to talk about it. Like, we have no idea, because there was a lot of people that were saying like, oh, it's inappropriate and like all types of stuff. It's like, we don't know them though. Like, we don't know their marriage. We don't know what they talk about. We have no idea. So she was like, you know, my husband knows me. We know how our marriage works. I was trying to, you know, be honest about my vulnerabilities, about my insecurities, so that other women could see me, somebody that's in my position, that is motherfucking rich and famous and married to a rich and famous ass balling ass nigga, you know, and know that like I have insecurities too, and know that like I have issues with my you know, mental health too, with my vulnerabilities too, you know. And like, and she mentioned it being Mental Health Awareness Month, and she also said something about how like social media and the internet is not good for people's mental health, because specifically of the way that people act and react. And I thought that that was like really, really interesting, because it's absolutely true. Like, social media and the internet is really weird, because like I feel like it encourages like a mob mentality in a lot of ways. And in addition to the mob mentality, like the lack of empathy and just like really vicious behavior of ripping a person to shreds. Ayesha Curry didn't do anything wrong. Again, none of us know her. None of us know Steph Curry. None of us know anything about their marriage. For all we know, like, we really don't know. Like, they might have an open marriage where she's even allowed to go out and fuck other niggas. Like, we don't know. So people getting, like, so personally offended about what she said. Like, oh my God, she wants to, like, fuck other niggas, and she wants this, and she wants that. I thought was just very asymptomatic of the internet, of social media, of people, again, just sort of very viciously attacking people that show weakness. Like, I feel like that's, like, she showed weakness, she showed an insecurity, she showed vulnerability, and people attacked her like sharks that smelled blood in the water. And I feel like that's the type of thing that happens on social media all the time. It happens on the internet all the time. I've read like so many like articles and studies and essays recently as well on how like the internet and the social media, especially, and like the phones and stuff, are like making people depressed. How like the bullying is like out of control, the picking on people, and just like the exploiting people's weaknesses, because we live right now in a popular culture that encourages oversharing, right? Which I think Ayesha Curry does do. I think she talks too much. Like, I think she overshares. So we do live in a popular culture that encourages oversharing via the internet and via social media and all that, shameless self-promotion and things of that nature. But then when people show weaknesses, when they show vulnerability, when they show insecurities, when they say, you know, I'm trying to take care of my mental health, or things of that nature, we also live in a popular culture that at the same time says attack. We all gotta attack this person, right? So I just was watching this whole situation unfold. Like, it's some really motherfucking sick people. Like, that the internet has just like really emboldened and enabled a lot of just like vicious nastiness. And like, if you're gonna be on social media, if you're gonna be on the internet, like, please, like, and everybody is nowadays for the most part, like, but please just like take care of your mental health. Like, please, it's totally fine to have your feelings. It's totally fine to feel your feelings. It's totally fine to have insecurities. It's totally fine to open up, I feel, about your vulnerabilities. You know, I feel like Ayesha Curry is like, she's entitled to her feelings. She's entitled to feel insecure. There was people that's like, she don't have no reason to be insecure, like da-da-da-da-da. Like, she's entitled to feel insecure. She was on a motherfucking talk show, Red Table Talk, where the whole point of the show is to talk, is to, again, have a raw and sort of unfiltered dialogue between women about, you know, things that we're thinking and feeling. And I definitely feel like, don't let people cannot drive, y'all. I almost just witnessed the accident. Like, this person just like was just swerving in and out of lanes. So Sorry. So it's just like, I want to say that, again, it being Mental Health Awareness Month, like really try to have an awareness of your mental health. Try to have an awareness of like, how do you feel like when you're on the internet and when you're on social media. We talk a lot about like Twitter especially being really toxic and taking a toll on people's mental health, and I do think a huge part of it is that Twitter is like by nature this like very nasty place where people like dogpile on each other and like just try to like kill each other. I feel like people be like trying to drive people to suicide for real. That's how I really genuinely feel, like, because there's this like disconnect of like not feeling like it's a real person and like everything is a joke, and like just viciously attacking people like to see how far it will go, right? Like, oh, can I drive you to like really kill yourself? I feel like that's like a thing. How nasty can it get? How mean can it get? You know, and then, oh, it's a joke, it's memes, this, that, and the third. So I just want to say again, like, be aware and understand that it's totally okay to unplug. Again, Ayesha Curry did make a post saying like basically she don't give a fuck, like she don't give a fuck what anybody got to say. She said she don't care about what anybody got to say about her or her marriage. That her whole point was to talk honestly about an insecurity that she had and be vulnerable and create space around that type of dialogue around her mental well-being, so that to let other women as well know that they are not alone, right? Which that's supposed to be part of like the beauty of the internet, is connecting people and letting people know that they're not alone in their feelings. So again, be aware of your mental health, check on it, keep track of it. It's totally fine to like not engage with like toxic ass, disgusting ass shit on the internet, things that make you feel like crap, like people that are mean and shitty, and participating in that type of sort of nastiness, nasty behavior. I just feel like I just wanted to make this video because I thought that the whole situation was just like pretty gross, to be honest with you. Like it made me feel weird. Like it made me feel some type of way about how far people were taking it when this is somebody that's being vulnerable, and you guys decide to like rip this person being vulnerable pretty much to shreds just for your own amusement, just to have something to talk about, which I've talked about previously on this channel, how people just be wanting shit to talk about, so they hype shit up into something big. And this is a real person, this is somebody's real life, this is somebody's real marriage, these are somebody's real actual feelings, this is somebody's mental health. And like if Ayesha Curry like, you know, did something to herself, hurt herself, I mean, like, again, it would be people that would think that shit is like totally funny, right? So stay safe out there with your mental health, y'all, because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and the internet and the social media and everything is like very, very toxic for mental health. And I just feel like I see this shit every day getting like worse and worse and worse, and just like completely out of control. So wanted to make this quick car video on that situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, this is not necessarily about what she said in particular, even though I do understand what she said in terms of insecurities. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But let me know what you guys think. Food for thought as always. See you guys next time. Peace.